Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Ask a Care Manager. My name is Ryan Abramski. I am the Business Development Director, and I'm joined as always with Teresa Jackson, our Director of Care Management. The both of us work for Easy Living. We're a home care and care management agency serving the Tampa Bay area for over 20 years. Ask a Care Manager is brought to you by our friends over at the Senior Living Resource Magazine and their website, seniorlivingguide.com. They're your one-stop local and statewide resource for all things senior housing and health. Anything from home care like Easy Living to assisted living facilities, memory care, senior health, and care management, again, like Easy Living. Check out the Senior Living Resource Magazine and their website, seniorlivingguide.com. This is the brand new issue we just got, including a spotlight on our on-demand care coaching program. So check out their new issue that just came out last week and visit their website, seniorlivingguide.com. So Teresa,
Hi.
Welcome back is what I'm going to say, because we're actually going to talk about something in regards to visiting your parents or an elderly loved one after not seeing them for some time. So I'll let you tell the story, but I know with the holiday season's coming up here in the next couple months, a lot more families will be visiting their loved ones, depending on what's going on with the pandemic, I guess. But for the most part, a lot of people see their family members for the first time after several months. And I wanted to ask you, with you just doing that with visiting your mom, surprising her. Hi, Irene, our biggest Facebook fan. So, but, what are some things that people should and families should look for when going to visit a loved one after some time?
Great topic. And again, you're right. I just got back from visiting my mother in North Carolina, and we had 2 trips canceled over the summer. So it's been over a year and a half since I had the opportunity to visit her. So I was very anxious and very excited. And I got to take the opportunity to actually surprise her, which is always fun. So now we know the holidays will be coming up, and people that have been in my shoes have not had an opportunity to go visit a loved one. There probably going to be a lot of visits scheduled for Thanksgiving and Christmas and the holidays. So there's definitely some recommendations that I would like to make. So first of all, there's 2 things that I want people to focus on when they go and visit. And one is decreasing the risk of your loved one. When you go in and visit and you're looking around and trying to see what's changed, what's different, look at how you can help decrease the risk of what's going on with your family member. This could be, it could be like, are they getting mail where they're asking for donations? What can we do about that? How can we reduce that risk of your loved one being exploited financially? And you can stop junk mail from coming in. There's a way to do that. You can by going through the United States Postal Services, you can do that. So look at every aspect. It may be, and the one people talk about the most are the rugs in the home. Are they a trip hazard? Are there pets that are trip hazard? Now, you're not going to come in and say, okay, Mom, I'm pulling out all these rugs and I'm getting rid of your dog because those are trip hazards. And, but it's a good thing to have a conversation about, So I know my mother had a rug that it slid on the tile floor. So when we went out shopping, we picked up one of those skid pads that you put underneath it. Yeah. So start looking at, without being overbearing, because I can tell you that if you go in and say, okay, this is what we're going to do, and you can't do this anymore, that's not going to get you anywhere. That's going to get the door shut on you. And those of you that have teenagers, think about, when you're trying to tell a teenager, well, you can't do this anymore, then that's exactly what they're going to end up doing. And so I know the phrase parenting your parents gets thrown out there a lot, and I'm not that fond of it because, I would never want my mother to think I was trying to parent her.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to partner with her and to help her identify, well, this might be an issue, that, you might not have thought of before. So when you go in, just don't be overbearing. And two, look and see what's bringing them joy and focus on that. So you want to decrease risk in the home. And please, one of the things that has came to my attention recently is fire issues. Do they have the ability to escape the home if there's a fire? So I was speaking to someone yesterday, a fire prevention specialist, and she said 40 years ago, it took 17 minutes. You had 17 minutes to get out of your home. But now, because homes are built with more combustible items and more toxic items, you have 2 minutes to get out of your home. So sit down with your loved one. And it's not all just, oh, you have a fire extinguisher. Do you really want your elderly loved one to try to use a fire extinguisher? I know I actually looked at my mom's fire extinguisher. It's probably 50 years old. If she went to try to use that, the house would probably burn down around her while she was trying to use that.
It's more about getting out than trying to put it out.
Exactly. And they say use that to get out. Don't use that to put the fire out. Use a fire extinguisher to get out the front door or to get out the door. But, that's a safety issue that you could visit with your loved one and talk about. But, talking about what brings them joy, because this was what happened with my mom. She loves to collect glass. Anything glass. So, and I don't know if you're aware, but like when you go to the store and you get your vanilla extract, they now have it like in a plastic bottle. So my mom has saved some of her old glass bottles, the little brown bottles that you would get the vanilla extract in. And I'm like, why are you keeping these? These, let's just throw these away. And she said, no, they don't make them like that anymore. And I had to stop and I had to, tell myself, Teresa, this brings your mother joy. Don't argue with her about that. Let her keep the little glass bottles. It brings her joy. Don't, try to get her to throw them away because you think they're not important. So, look at what brings your loved ones joy. Help them embrace that. Help them find a new avenue if things are becoming more difficult to find things to do or, whatever it is that brings them joy. Help them meet those needs because that increases their quality of life. And that's what we as care managers do. We want to decrease risk and we want to increase quality of life. And so when you go in and visit, I went in and I helped my mom clean the house a little bit. And she, I could tell that she's like, well, I haven't been able to do that. And she can't. And her vision's not as good as it used to be. And I'm weird. I really like cleaning house. I enjoy that. So for me, it's like, yeah, let me do this. I enjoy doing it. It's almost therapeutic. But, you don't want to be insulting to them. You don't want to go, oh, look at those cobwebs. Look at that. I can't believe, you don't want to do that because one, it's very difficult for someone when they can no longer do what they used to do. Mm-hmm. I mean, I find that now, there's things that I can't do that I used to, I was able to do. And it's frustrating. It makes me angry. So I don't need, someone coming in and reminding me that I can't do that anymore and in almost an insulting way. Like, well, why can't you do this?
And then they go and try to do it and then they hurt themselves after they.
Exactly. So, for me, we had the best visit and also spend time doing something fun. Don't make it all about work and chores and assessing safety. Do something fun.
Enjoy the time with them.
And you have to enjoy the time because that's what it's all about. And family is just very important.
Absolutely. Well, Teresa, thanks for all those pointers and insights. And like I said, I know that's a lot of times we typically see things in the home care and care management business spike up is around the holiday season because families typically get into their loved ones' homes and
Mm-hmm.
they see some of these red flags and, these struggles that they're having. And it might be time to start off with just a little bit of care, to get them used to the idea of that situation. So again, Teresa, thank you so much for all of your insight, and thank you again for, providing a real world example. I think that's always, it's always nice to hear, a personal experience and what people are dealing with too, out there. So thank you everyone else for joining us this week. We hope to see you all next week. And as always, if you have any comments or questions, post them down below in the comments section. You can send us a message on our Facebook page, or you can always reach out to us on our website. Hope to see everyone next week. And thank you again, Teresa.
Bye-bye. Thank you.